There are more than 80 million millennials in the United States, so any candidate who wants to win the White House is going to have to win the millennial vote. So which candidates are striking a chord with the younger generation and which ones are turning off millennials? The on-the-record millennial panel is here: Akash Singh, Angela Morabito, and Sal Lamastra. Now, we spoke to them the night of the first big GOP debate. So who was their pick for president back then? I know a lot can happen between now and November 2016, but if you had to vote today, Sal, who's your candidate today? I realize it could change tomorrow, but who's your candidate today?
Today it's Carly Fiorina.
Same candidate that's been for the past year, Marco Rubio.
No, he still has to win me over on immigration, but my pick would be Jeb.
Okay, Akash, back to you. All these days later, are you sticking with Senator Marco Rubio?
Yes, I am. I still think that he has immense potential going into this race. I think he needs to start being a little more tenacious and start to attack some of the other candidates who are doing well on their positions and show why his are superior. All
right, Angela, you were for Governor Jeb Bush back then. Have you changed your mind?
In a big way. I am now on Team Carly because...
Really?
Because every time she speaks, you hear her talk about strategy. And this is someone who has been a strategist. She led a large company. She reported to a board of directors, just as a president should be reporting to the voters, really, and held accountable. And we've had a theorist in office for so long, and you look at where that's gotten us. I'm ready to see a manager in office, and I think a lot of millennials, young people, feel the same way.
Sal, back at the GOP debate, you were Team Angela, where she is now Team Carly Fiorina.
Yep.
Where are you now? You were at Fiorina. Where are you?
I'm on Trump now.
Really? So why did you change your mind?
I love Carly Fiorina. Don't get me wrong. I think she's fantastic still. But I just feel like Donald Trump gives us what we need. He gives us the strength, the direction. He's not afraid to go out there and say what needs to be said. And I like the fact that he has no backers when it comes to his campaign. He funds it himself.
You know, Akash, you have sort of an insider. You have a senator, although he's a first-term senator. So these two have, clearly outsider candidates. Do you consider Senator Marco Rubio an insider? And does that make a difference to you?
I think he's insider in definition because he has become a career politician, but I don't think he's reminiscent of governments past or administrations past or even a system of past as Hillary Clinton is. I think he stands for something new. I mean, he keeps talking about, a new American century. So he may be an insider technically, but I think his approach is significantly outside.
Sal or Angela, in terms of your friends, do they talk about Trump and Fiorina and Carson, or do they see more sort of the conventional insider type candidate? What do your friends want?
I think they like the outsider candidates. I hear a lot about Trump, and one person I'm surprised that all my friends are talking about is Carson. Because, when it comes to our generation, it's kind of the United States of American Idol. You want someone with a little bit of pizzazz and to get your attention and keep your interest. And Carson's very level-headed, talks very straight at you. There's not a lot of ups and downs. And I'm just surprised he's able to get a lot of my friends' attention, but he is.
How about you, Angela?
Sure. So there isn't really a consensus among my friends and about which candidate we want, even though there is a great consensus on what we want from a candidate. We want economic growth, we want jobs, we want a secure border and a safe country to live in. And it's all about deciding which candidate is going to deliver that. What I have not heard anyone talk about is outsiders as being at a disadvantage, because this is a generation that we don't care if it's a yellow cab or an Uber. We don't care if it's a Marriott or an Airbnb. We don't care if it's an insider or an outsider. We care that it works and we care that it gets the job done. So people like Ben Carson, even Donald Trump, Carly Fiorina, people with that management experience, that's very appealing to our generation.
How about you, Kash? This whole idea of insider outsider doesn't make a difference to your friend. You don't look at it that way, and who's on the inside and who's on the outside?
I don't think so. I think for someone like Dr. Carson, I think being on the outside, obviously he has medical expertise, and that might be an area that we might expect him to exceed in or help the country with. But I don't think it makes a difference, and I don't think it hurts them in any way. All
right, well, we got you all on tape of who you think now, and it's going to be a long campaign. A lot can happen. A lot of ideas and opinions can change. It could change your team. So we'll have you back to see what you think next time. Anyway, thank you, panel.
Thank you.
Thank you.